University football. And Andy, you may recall a year ago, it was a little earlier in the season, but the Huskies came in against Shippensburg at a home game, feeling they were the favorites, and had to overcome a 31-7 halftime deficit to pull that one out. Well, they know they can come from a long way back against the Red Raiders, but I don't think they want to try to do that way again today.
No way. They ended up winning 41-34, and it was an exciting game, a tremendous second half, but the Huskies would like to establish themselves right from the start in this one. They don't want to get behind. They want to get this offense in gear correctly, stop this wing T attack from Shippensburg, and take command right from the outset of this one. They won the toss. They did defer, so they'll be kicking off to the Shippensburg team, so we will see that wing T attack.
Jamie Ware, number 10, and number 24, Ryan Hartley, are deep for the Red Raiders of Shippensburg. Bloomsburg will be kicking off, and the Red Raiders will be moving from our left to our right. Tom Boop will kick off for Bloomsburg. And the sunshine has gone behind the clouds here at Redmond Stadium, but the good crowd on hand with a pleasant afternoon. We're watching this college football game as the Huskies tee it up against the Red Raiders for the 60th time over the years. Tom Boop, the freshman from Berwick, will kick it off. Jamie Ware is a freshman out of Steelton, and Ryan Hartley is also a freshman out of Calvert Hall in Baltimore, Maryland. And this ball game is underway as Boop's kick is high and deep, and Ware at the 6-yard line. Up to the 10, to the 15, gets by, man, and just barely tripped up the 24-yard line. Chris Acuff may have gotten a hand on him. Looked like Ware almost tripped himself, or he'd have gone a long way down this near sideline.
He was able to break contain, but he put on such a sharp cut that he did lose his balance. He was able to get inside the man who had contain and would have been by the tacklers, but the sharpness of that cut brought him down as well.
First and 10 for the Red Raiders of Shippensburg. They have the football at their own 24-yard line. They move from our left to our right here in the first half. Mike Carver's the veteran quarterback. Washington comes in motion. He gets the call, looks for some running room, and is brought down over the 25 at the 27 by Frank Babula. Babula, the middle linebacker, Matt Romano and Alec Wiley on either side of him. Front four for the Huskies: Josh Klein, Jeremy Grimm, Jason Grimm, Gary Fittery. The secondary, Derek Lynch and Jay Zaransky at the corners. The safeties, Zamani Hammond and Ben Hennicle. Second down and 7 for the Red Raiders of Shippensburg. They have the ball at their own 27-yard line. Ball game just underway here at Redmond Stadium. Jamie Ware wide to the left side. Wing to the left, wing to the right. Hall, the lone running back behind Carver. He takes the snap, drops back to throw. He'll never get a chance, and the ball is free, but Shippensburg gets on the 14-yard line. Gary Fittery with the sack and also stripped the ball free, but fortunately for the Red Raiders, Mike Iaquinto, number 72, gets on it back at the 14.
Fittery made a great play, great charge on the inside. He had 4.5 sacks coming into the game, add another one to his total. A tremendous penetration, gets that quarterback before he has any chance of getting the pass off.
66-pound junior from Mannheim Central makes a big play for the Huskies. Now Carver sets him down at the 14. Ware wide right. Buglia, their big play receiver, wide left. Carver looking to Buglia. Goes long down the far sideline. The coverage is there by Hennicle, but Buglia almost makes a great catch anyhow. Goes off his hands at midfield. Diving attempt by Mike Buglia. Almost came up with it.
He is a weapon. He averages almost 100 yards a game in receiving, third in the conference in that stat. He got down there deep. He extended as far as he could. There was tight coverage, but still almost able to match up with that quarterback on that long passing attempt.
Now Justin Wallace is back to punt for the Red Raiders of Shippensburg. And back deep is Sean Smith. Huskies figure to get good field position. Wallace standing back at his 1-yard line. The snap is there. He left foots it away. And Sean Smith will field it back at the Husky 43-yard line. To the 45, to midfield, to the Shippensburg 45, and spun down near the 40-yard line. Making the tackle was Mike Long for the Red Raiders, but Sean Smith, the number 1 punt returner in the PSAC, number 2 in in the nation with a good return, and Bloomsburg on the first possession takes over at the Red Raider 41.
Fielded it well. They tried to get toward the sideline, but he still had about 5 yards in order to make the catch. He immediately heads upfield, splits a couple potential tacklers, and sets the Huskies up well with field position.
McNamee sets him down at the 41. Loco wide to the right, Smith wide left. Sigler the tailback in the I formation. Bloomsburg's first play from scrimmage in the afternoon, and McNamee's going to throw for it. He rolls right, fires to the sideline, and Loco makes the grab before he's belted down around the 30-yard line. Mike Hayes makes the stop from his cornerback position. Hayes and Rodney Hart are at the corners. Jeff Brown, the free safety. Dean Owens, the strong safety. Mike Vanuck, junior out of Nanticoke, is the middle linebacker and the #1 tackler on this team. George Bannis and Zach Topper are the other linebackers. Tim Krenitsky, Chris Heilman, Steve McTaggart, and Jason Heckerden are the front four. The pass clicked for 8 to the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Bloomsburg in Shippensburg territory. Sigler, the tailback in the I formation. John Johnson ahead of him. Long count by Glenn McNamee. McNamee takes the snap and flags and whistles before that play got started.
I think everyone went but the center. McNamee was starting to pull out. The ball did not come. Everyone else was off. He eventually got the ball half a snap late. So we're going to see a procedure penalty here against the Huskies. So after the initial pass of 8 yards, move them back 5 more yards before we see the next play. Lelko's a tremendous weapon. We mentioned Mike Buglia being #3 in the PSAC. The stats on Ron Lelko put him at #2 in a series of categories. 108 yards a game, also 6.3 catches a game.
William Coates made the call. He is the referee for today's game. James DiCarlo is the umpire. The linesman is Mark Andrews. Jeff Cooney, the line judge. The field judge is Joe Armstrong. Paul Kozak is the back judge. Game clock operator Mike Poland. Terry Schoen is the 25-second clock operator. Bloomsburg from the Shippensburg 38 with a 2nd down and 7. Sigler gets his first call and is hit hard and dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice play by the defense. Heilman was a starter as a freshman last year, got some playing time. They were so high in his abilities, they moved some other people around to make the defense stronger. So on the inside, he makes the big hit. Ziegler goes down.
Huskies with a big call coming. 3rd and 8 at the Red Raider 38. Slot to this, the near side of the field. Sean Smith wide right. Brett Kozlowski is the lone running back, and McNamee back to throw. Dumps it out here to Kozlowski. Just can't hang on to it. Had it set up pretty well to this, the near side of the field, but the pass a little beyond the reach of Kozlowski. So 4th down, Huskies miss a good opportunity, and Andy, the penalty hurt.
Penalty really does hurt. They're in sync. The beautiful passing play to start the drive. You have a 2nd and 2. Now you don't get the snap in time. You're set back. They make one defensive play on the run. Now your passing rhythms throw off, and everything's just disjointed, out of sync, and you have to punt it away.
And back to do the punting, Jim McCaffrey standing back in the Bloomsburg 47. Adam Wright's snap is a good one. McCaffrey's kick is very, very short and very, very high, and it takes a Shippensburg bounce and goes dead at the 21-yard line. So 17 yards on the punt by Jim McCaffrey, who really struggled last week against Millersville. And the Red Raiders will take over at their 21 with a 1st and 10.
Conditions made it difficult to punt last week, but here the conditions are excellent. He's trying to pooch that. He's trying to put it inside the 20, and he struggled with that. Tried to get it high and get it to sort of deaden as it would hit, but he didn't get enough foot into it.
Shippensburg with their 2nd possession. 11 minutes to go in a scoreless first quarter. Red Raiders at their own 21-yard line on the 1st and 10. Washington comes in motion, but the call goes to Randy Hall. He's got some running room up the middle, and Hall near the 30-yard line before Jay Brook and Derek Lynch can combine on the stop for the Huskies. Randy Hall, a sophomore from Cocalico High School, playing that fullback position, makes a big play as he picks up 9 to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 1.
Wing T has a lot of deception, a lot of different running backs coming from different positions, halfback, fullback, wingback, all moving about. So it's hard to key on any one individual in particular. Varied attack with the runners.
2nd down and 1 for the Red Raiders at their own 30-yard line, and Carver fakes handoff. He's going to try option to left side, then keeps the football and is stopped right at the 30-yard line. Frank Babula and Jason Grimm combined for the stop for the Huskies.
I mentioned the different running backs, 3 of them who can get the ball, but also include the quarterback. He's a fine runner. Mike Carver on the year has 209 positive yards rushing. He likes that option. He's a great athlete. So add another potential weapon to that offensive arsenal when you can take that quarterback and run with him.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 2 situation for 3rd down down and 2 for Shippensburg at their own 30-yard line. As Carver sets him down. Pass comes in motion, but the give is to number 30, and the gain is out to the 34-yard line for a first down before Frank Babula can make the stop. Jeremy Brubaker gets his first call of the ball game, and Brubaker picks up a Red Raider first down. Raiders with the football at their own 34-yard line with a 1st and 10. Buglia is wide to the near side of the field. Carver sets him down. Washington, man in motion. Fake to him. Carver back to throw. In trouble. Now going to keep it to the outside, and Josh Klein wraps him up at the 35-yard line. Gets a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9.
Still fine defense. Huskies have a great defensive unit. They're number 1 in every category. Overall yardage given up only 215 yards a game, but particularly strong against the run. Just about 80 yards a game, which is far superior to any other defense in the PSAC. So while Shippensburg prefers to run with the wing T attack, that is the strength of the Huskies defense. They stifle the running game of most teams.
2nd down and 9 for the Red Raiders. Slot to the right side. Double wing. Hall, the lone running back. Now Bass goes in motion. A fake to Hall. Option left side. Pitch to Rajan Bass. He's got running room over midfield to the Bloomsburg 45, to the 40. Still on his feet around the 30-yard line, and a flag on top of the play.
And frustration. A final hit out of bounds. Add the 15 yards to it.
So Rajan Bass with a 32-yard carry, 15 yards tacked onto that, and the Red Raiders have it at the Husky 18-yard line with a 1st and 10. Buglia is wide to the right side, backs in an open set. The call's to Brubaker straight ahead, and Jeremy Brubaker maybe a yard on the carry before Jay Brook can make the stop for the Huskies.
Tough inside. Huskies are very tough inside the tackle, so we've seen a little bit of success wide. Normally the Huskies can shut everything down, but again, there's so much variety in this running game. Plus, Carver can pass. He's no slouch there. 1,200 yards already this season. And when you get the running game going, his play-action pass, it can be very dangerous. Mike Buglia, as we mentioned, a tremendous receiver on the outside.
2nd down and 9 for the Red Raiders at the Bloomsburg 17-yard line. Make it the 16. Backs in an open set. Bloomsburg coming on a blitz. Carver in trouble. Gets away from one man. Fires it long and out of bounds for an incompletion. Well, Huskies had a sack there, but just couldn't wrap up. But Mike Carver did a good job getting away and then throwing it away.
He's elusive. Very talented individual. Danny Hale called him an athlete. He came over from Marshall as a transfer. He was the PSAC Rookie of the Year then. 2 years starting in the past 2 years, and now in his 3rd year here. A great leader, great athlete. We know he likes to run. He runs that option. So he's able to shake free from that tackle. The potential for the sack was there. He's able to get rid of that ball.
Brian Benner is in the lineup as a wide receiver to the right. Big call, Red Raiders 3rd and 9 at the Huskies 16. Washington in motion right side. Carver fires a quick hitter to Benner. Benner breaks a tackle inside the 10, gets down to the 5-yard line. Brian Benner, who had been the backup quarterback, moved to wide receiver recently, finally brought down by Josh Klein. They mark it at the 6-yard line, so a big 3rd down call for the Red Raiders. They pick up 10, 1st and goal.
Well, the ex-quarterback certainly knows the passing routes. That's sort of that rocket screen, taking the ball, coming down the line of scrimmage, and catching it there and picking up blockers as he goes.
1st and goal, Red Raiders try to take the early lead here. They have it at the Bloomsburg 6-yard line. Brubaker and Bass backs in an open set. Handoff to Brubaker. He fumbles the football. Scramble is on at the 7-yard line. No indication for the officials, and now Bloomsburg comes out of there with the ball. Huskies have the football. Gary Fittery on the recovery, and Bloomsburg catches a break and takes over at their 6.
Brubaker is listed as the number 3 fullback. Madsen's normally there, so a little problem with the exchange. Comes out high, hits him at the top of the shoulder pads, and bounces away. The wing T have to have very nice execution with quarterback and all the fakes and the running backs. They bobble that handoff. It seemed to bounce back to Brubaker, but Fittery wrestles it away.
So the Huskies get the football back. They have it at their own 6-yard line with a 1st and 10. Irv Sigler is the tailback in the I formation. Long count by quarterback Glenn McNamee. And McNamee's back to throw at the goal line. Fires a quick out. Making a catch high in the air is Ron Loco at the 11-yard line. Pick up about 5 before Mike Hayes can make the stop for the Red Raiders.
Took it about 4 yards and stopped, and the ball just drilled. When you're going to run with poor field position like this, you want to be very confident of your ability to make that connection. direction. And of course, with McNamee and Welko having such great timing, they'll take that good 4-yard pass downfield.
6:27 to go, first quarter. Game scoreless. Second down, Huskies at their own 11-yard line. Sean Smith is wide to the right side as McNamee takes the snap and gives the ball to Ziegler. Trying to left side, hit, bounces away, and is going to be gunned down after a very short gain on the play. Terrific pursuit to the football. Mike Long, a junior linebacker, along with Mike Hayes, a cornerback. First player there that really slowed it down was Jason Heckendorn, a defensive end. So Shippensburg all over that play. Maybe a yard for Ziegler. It'll be a third down and 5.
Teams will key on Ziegler. We saw last week that Millersville really keyed to stopping him. It's hard to stop a multi-dimensional attack. McNamee can pass. Ziegler can run. There's other weapons in there. I think most teams are going to try to slow down this running game first. Take their chances with the passing.
Third down call, Huskies at their own 12, and it looked like movement in the Bloomsburg offensive front. Shippensburg came across, so Bloomsburg is going to make a difficult situation even more so. 11, Bloomsburg back at their own 6-yard line. I formation. McNamee rolls right, wants to throw, fires for the sideline, making the catch at the 25-yard line is Sean Smith. McNamee threads the needle. Smith surrounded by defenders, including Jeff Brown, the free safety who made the spot, but made the tackle, but a big pass completion. Now the Huskies will come out without a huddle.
Was really nice. They needed to get to the chain. Sean Smith is able to hook up right beyond the chain. Gets about 5 more yards from that. Great play.
18 yards on the completion. First and 10, Bloomsburg at their own 25. McNamee gives the ball to Ziegler. Ziegler up the middle, battles for yardage, gets over the 30 to the 31. Again, Shippensburg defended it well, but that time Ziegler with a terrific effort. Dean Owens, the strong safety, had to make the play. 6 yards for Ziegler, second down and 4 Huskies.
Very, very tight seaman there, but he bounces left, bounces right, and fights for additional yardage.
Second down call coming. Slot to the near side of the field. Ziegler, the tailback in the eyes. McNamee rolls, fires to the sideline. Sean Smith makes the grab. Bulldog out of bounds around the Bloomsburg 43-yard line. Rodney Hart makes the tackle, but Sean Smith, the recipient once again from the pass by McNamee, and once again Bloomsburg moves the sticks. 12 yards on the completion. First and 10, Bloomsburg at their own 43. Slot to the right side. I formation. Ziegler, the tailback, gets the call off the left side. John Johnson out front, and Ziegler is ridden out of bounds about the 47-yard line. Mike Long coming from his linebacker position to make the play for the Red Raiders.
Long was a middle guard last year, but they felt that with the movement of Heilman inside his performance, they'd be able to go with this man as a linebacker. He has great versatility. He's made some nice plays containing the runners on the inside. So he's doing a nice job at that outside linebacker, changing the defense overall from previous years. 4-man front with the middle linebacker in there. Different look for Shippensburg.
Second down and 5. Huskies at their own 48-yard line. Loco wide to the right side, and the give straight ahead to John Johnson, and he's tripped up after a short gain. Goes over midfield to the 49. Mike Benook, junior linebacker, middle linebacker out of Nanticoke High School, makes the play. Couple yards for John Johnson. It's going to bring up a third down and 2 for the Huskies at the Red Raider 49.
Benook is the leading tackler on the team, and he's the leading returning tackler from previous years. Got a great history of solid linebacker play. Marty Pepe and Chris Willingham in past years, standouts at that position. Benook very strong.
Third and 2 play. Ziegler gets the call off the left side, looking for the first down yardage. Looks like he may have it. As he cracks down about the 47 of the Red Raiders, Steve McTaggart makes the play for Shippensburg. Very, very close to the first down yardage. In fact, close enough to...
They've limited Ziegler to only 12 yards. It's a man who averages just about 6 yards a carry, 154 yards a game. They're very aware of his presence, and as soon as he gets that ball, they're flying up to try to contain him.
It is a first down for Bloomsburg. They have it at the Red Raider 47-yard line. Scoreless first quarter, 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Sean Smith wide to the near side of the field. Loco wide to the right. I formation. McNamee takes the snap, gives the ball to Ziegler, tries the right side, still on his feet, pushing ahead to the 41-yard line. We made a great balancing act around the 45. It looked like he was down. Somehow he got a hand down to keep his knee from going to the ground and got about 3 extra yards.
Yeah, I thought they were actually going to spot him back 3 yards further because he was just about prone. His knees were only inches off the ground, but he did catch himself with the hand, kept himself up. Another 3-yard burst. Tough running.
6 yards altogether on the carry. 2nd and 4. Huskies at the Red Raider 41. Sean Smith is wide to the right side as McNamee fakes to Johnson, rolls right. He's in trouble. Glenn McNamee sacked back at midfield. And Mike Long among the people in there for the Red Raiders, but after faking the ball to John Johnson, keeping it, McNamee was in a world of trouble. And a sack back to midfield. Last time the Huskies had it in Red Raider territory, it was a penalty that took them out of scoring range. This time, maybe the sack will keep them there unless they can come up with a big 3rd down play.
That's a good defensive call. New defensive coordinator for Selinsgrove, Tony Iruli. Had a lot of college experience, spent a few years with Terry Bowden at both Salem and Samford before Bowden went on to Auburn. So he knows the game, different scheme.
3rd and 13. McNamee back to throw. Has some time. Now he's hit as the ball goes forward. It goes incomplete. He took a terrific hit from Chris Heilman. The protection looked good, but Heilman was the one player that was able to get through there and put a lick on McNamee. So the Shippensburg defense has been tough in the early going. Bloomsburg twice in Shippensburg territory. Twice they come away without a score, and Jim McCaffrey on the punt.
It was a super defensive effort. A lot of people up, about 10 people. Look like they want to try to get some pressure on McCaffrey.
McCaffrey back at his 35-yard line. Had only a 17-yard punt on his first attempt. This time a beauty. High and deep, and Hayes will fair catch, hits at the 2 and then rolls into the end zone. So the Red Raiders will put it in play. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The ball at their 20-yard line. Mike Buglia, outstanding wide receiver, averaging over 20 yards a catch, is wide to the right, and Derek Lynch on him. A terrific matchup there. Backs in an open set behind Carver. One of those backs, Washington, goes in motion as Carver's back to throw. Fires for Buglia. Pick, no! Incomplete. Derek Lynch got his hands on the football. Could have, should have had the pick at the 37. Couldn't bring it down.
Tough balancing play. He's playing man-to-man coverage. He's eyeing the receiver. When the receiver looks for the ball, now he turns. He spots the ball coming. But as he's turning, he just can't get his feet set. He's in an awkward position. He gets his hands on the ball, but the body just won't stay in that position. He can't hold on to it.
2nd down and 10 for the Red Raiders at their own 20. Dave Klingerman, the tight end from Bloomsburg High School, lined up to the right side. Hartley comes in motion. A fumble on the snap. Carver goes back and gets on it at the 16-yard line. Gary Fittery covers him there, but a loss of 4. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 14 for the Red Raiders back at their 16.
Have a 3rd ball to hit the turf for Shippensburg. Some poor exchanges, now a bad quarterback-center exchange. They don't want to waste those plays, not after an incomplete pass. Sets up the 3rd and long. This team's best passing occurs when they can go play action in unexpected situations. They do have the weapons, a strong arm in Carver, and of course Buglia is a great receiver. But when you're anticipating pass, it's a little bit easier to stop.
3rd down, 13. Red Raiders at their own 17-yard line. Backs in an open set, slot to the right side. Carver takes the snap, back to throw, sets up a screen to the far side of Washington. Washington the 20, the 25, and picks up the 1st down over the 30 at the 31-yard line. Matt Romano made the stop, but the play set up beautifully. All the action coming to this side, the right, and then setting up the screen to the far side of the field. And Kevin Washington, the sophomore out of Philadelphia, picks up the 1st down. Reception by Washington. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. Randy Hall gets the call straight ahead, and not much doing, maybe a yard. Tough one at that. Jeremy Grimm coming in and make the play for the Huskies.
On the inside, just not much happening. The wing tee itself has not been effective. Washington had 3 yards. Hall there now is up to 8 on 2 carries. Brubaker with 5. Not the type of yardage they want. One play that did break, a 32-yarder, was on the option to the outside, but it seems there was a defensive lapse on that play. Huskies tough against the run. Going to be tough to move the ball.
2nd down and 9. Shippensburg with the football at their own 33-yard line, closing moments first quarter. Long count by Mike Carver sends Washington in motion. Bloomsburg coming on a blitz. Carver gets the pass away to Washington, but he's ridden down across the way by Jay Zaransky. Pass actually completed to Ryan Hartley, but Bloomsburg come in on a blitz. Carver had to deliver quickly, and Bloomsburg needed a good play from the corner, Zaransky, and they got it.
When you're blitzing, normally you're going to be in man-to-man coverage with the people remaining in the secondary. The blitz pressures people that the ball must be delivered very, very quickly. So before that receiver Hartley gets more than 2 steps, he has to zip the ball, corners up on him.
As the first quarter comes to an end with the score, Bloomsburg nothing and Shippensburg nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. A reminder, at halftime of our broadcast today from Redmond Stadium, Dave Dell will bring us updated with all the college football results from today, and then immediately following our broadcast, Dave will be host of the Scoreboard Show. College football results from across the nation. Right here, 1 quarter in the books of this homecoming game for the Huskies of Bloomsburg, and they are locked in a scoreless tie with the Red Raiders of Shippensburg. We start the second quarter, Shippensburg with the football at their own 33-yard line. They face a 3rd down and 9.
It's a good matchup. I think Rocky Reese and Danny Hale knowing each other so well adds a lot to the competitiveness of this game.
Slap to the right side. Hall, the lone running back. Carver on a long count for the 33. Takes the snap and he rolls to his right, and he's looking to throw, and he fires the sideline to Buglia, and he makes the catch out at the 48-yard line. A terrific pass play. Carver to Buglia. Bloomsburg had the play surrounded, but Carver got the pass in there to his favorite receiver before Zamani Hammond and Derek Lynch could make the stop.
There were 3 defenders in the area, but as you mentioned, placed right over the top of the linebacker before the other 2 people in the secondary can get to the ball. He uses the sideline well. Everything just clicking perfectly as Buglia comes up with his first catch of the game.
Second big 3rd down play on this drive for the Red Raiders. Now Hartley gets the call from the wingback position, but the Huskies have it read beautifully. It'll be a loss back to the 46. Matt Romano from his linebacker position makes the play for Bloomsburg as Ryan Hartley, the freshman out of Baltimore, came in motion from the wing and got the call, but he'll lose a yard back to the 47. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, the straight wing tee just isn't doing it. The Huskies are watching, they're reading the guard, they're anticipating that play and getting to the ball carrier. So other aspects of the offense have had some success, but not the wing tee running attack.
2nd down and 11 call. Wing to the left, wing to the right. Hall, the lone running back. Now Hartley goes in motion again. A fake to him. Carver stands back to throw. Fires over the middle. The pass is complete to the Bloomsburg 37-yard line. And for the Red Raiders, the Husky 37. Hartley gets the call. He'll sweep the right side. He turns the corner and has some running room. Knocked out of bounds by Zamani Hammond at the 30-yard line. But a good first down play for the Red Raiders as Ryan Hartley does get the corner. They're going to mark the football close to the 30, a pickup of 7, 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, they have to make the running game go. They realize that. So even though the Huskies have been tough against the run, Rocky Reese is going to continue to call running plays. Puts a challenge to the linemen, get the blocks, use the deception, make things happen, because they have to be able to run the ball to win this game.
Slot to the right side. Double wing, one of those wing backs. Washington comes in motion on the option. Carver wanted to pitch it there, couldn't get him. Keeps the football and is belted for a loss back at the 35-yard line. Josh Klein making the stop for the Huskies, who read that play beautifully.
He really did, and there was no way to get the pitch off. A man was going to be on the pitch man, and that halfback really didn't have the proper pitch relationship. He wasn't far enough away. If he risked a pitch, it was only a yard away. It probably would have bounced off the man, and the potential for fumble was there. So quarterback Mike Carver kept it, tried to spin away, but the defense kept coming, penned him in, and drops him for a loss. Big defensive play there.
Shippensburg has made some big 3rd down calls along the way. Now they want to talk about this one. Timeout, Red Raiders. 13 minutes to go, first half. No score. We'll be back in 3rd. Shippensburg with the football at the Bloomsburg 35. Red Raiders following their timeout. They've hit on a 3rd and 13 play and a 3rd and 9 on this drive. Now they have to come up with a 3rd and 8 call. Buglia lined up wide left, goes in motion right. Carver long count. Bloomsburg coming on a blitz. They've grabbed him, but he gets the pass away, and the pass pass is complete for only a couple yards. Bloomsburg came on the blitz, almost got the quarterback. When he completed the pass, it was Gary Fittery who made the play on Brian Benner.
Again, they're trying that quick rocket screen, and there was so much pressure. I was amazed he was able to get the ball off, let alone complete it to that receiver. But they had great communication, a great sense as to where that man would be. But the Huskies not only pressure the passer, they also stop that pass receiver from doing anything with it. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
4th and 5. Shippensburg at the Bloomsburg 32. Red Raiders are going for it. Backs in an open set. Bloomsburg coming on a blitz again. Carver will not get it off this time. He'll be brought down back at the 45-yard line. Alec Wiley coming on the blitz, and the Huskies with a big play. Not only do they stop Shippensburg on 4th down, but they take over in great field position at their own 42.
Yeah, 10 or 12 yards of difference from the sack changes things drastically. Huskies
at their own 42. The give is to Ziegler off the outside. He breaks a tackle or two, but flags all over the place, and Ziegler gets over midfield.
Thrown at 2 different times in the point of the run. Ziegler had about 2 yards. The first flag came out, most likely a hold, and then another one. I don't think it was the same infraction.
Hurt themselves with penalties here in the first half. That was another good drive by the Red Raiders, but it comes up short as Bloomsburg's defensive coordinator John Devlin has the answer. Now the Huskies back at their 34-yard line with a 1st down and 18 following the penalty. Yeah, but the referee doing a lot of writing on a notepad as both teams wait around, and now we're ready to go for the 34-yard line. Slot to the right side. I formation. McNamee back to throw. Fires to the sideline. Sean Smith makes the grab. Gets by one tackler and is brought down at midfield. Well, they get a lot of that yardage back on the first play. 16 yards of it. Heath Hoyes, a sophomore at Danville High School in the Red Raider defensive unit, makes the play, but it'll be 2nd and 2 for Bloomsburg.
3rd catch of the game for Sean Smith. A very talented athlete is finding seams in this defense. He's showing the speed deep and then breaking the route off. Little comeback, but deep enough to get a lot of yardage. 16 yards, as you mentioned.
The ball at midfield for the Huskies. Slot to the left side. McNamee rolls to his left. Wants to throw. Is hit. Just dumps the pass away. It's picked off. Return down the sideline to the 25, the 20, the 15, and down to the 10-yard line is Mike Benook. McNamee with an ill-advised pass as he was in the grasp, and Benook makes the interception, and the Red Raiders with a 1st and goal at the Bloomsburg 9. 7 to go in this scoreless first half. Ball's the lone running back. Washington comes in motion. Washington gets the call, tries to sweep the right side. He's upended. Terrific defensive work by the Huskies cornerback Derek Lynch.
It was. They came up well. They're reading the action well. So for all the deception in the wing T, the Huskies seem to be able to see very well where that play is going immediately. Came to the short side, off to the right. Derek Lynch comes up hard and makes the tackle for a loss.
2nd and goal. Red Raiders at the 11-yard line. As they break the huddle, Brian Benner will be out to the slot in the left side. Jamie Ware outside of him. Hall, the lone running back. Double wing formation. Washington in motion. They're going to option right side. The pitch is to Washington. Huskies read it well. He's brought down about the 7-yard line. As they option right, Matt Romano and Derek Lynch made the stop. They pick up 4, 3rd and goal at the Bloomsburg 7.
Played pretty well. I think it's a nice concept offensively to go back to that side. The defense is coming up so hard, so if they're going to come and go for the ball and aim for that ball carrier, run the option, hope that they go for the quarterback and be able to pitch wide. They were able to spring one option. That time they do slow it down.
Closer to the 6-yard line is where Shippensburg has the football. 3rd down and goal. Buglia wide to the left side, and flags fly. Carver started to pull away from there. The snap was not forthcoming.
I think he was anticipating a blitz. No one else moved. The quarterback was heading back a little bit too soon, trying to avoid the pressure. He's going to be called for that movement. It will be 5 yards. Critical situation. As you're close to that goal line, you don't want to give yardage up on the penalty. Carver knows that more than anybody. Going to change this from a potential running situation to an obvious passing down. Keep your eye on Mike Buglia. He's the dangerous receiver. See which way he lines up. Coming here to the left.
Jay Zaransky out on him. Pass is on a wing right. Washington to the left. 3rd and goal at the Bloomsburg 11. Carver throwing for Buglia in the corner, and it's overthrown. Terrific coverage by Jay Zaransky. There was no room there for Mike Buglia, and the field goal unit will come on for the Red Raiders.
And Zaransky was letting him know, too. A little trash talk after that play. It's great matchups when you have a tough receiver and a tough cornerback, and you play that close bump and run. It's like, hey, don't try to run your fade pattern on me, buddy. I'm giving you nothing but sideline. He took that play away.
Now, Justin Wallace, who punted earlier in the ball game with his left foot, will try the field goal with his right as he kicks at the hold at the 19-yard line. As Shippensburg tries to take the lead. Snap, placement, Wallace's kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out on the field, 9:17 to go in the first half of play with the score. Shippensburg 3 and Bloomsburg nothing. We'll be there. Mike Vanook, a middle linebacker for Shippensburg out of Nanticoke High School with a long return of an interception, sets up a 28-yard field goal by Justin Wallace, and the Red Raiders of Shippensburg are on the board first in Bloomsburg's homecoming game. Shippensburg 3, Bloomsburg nothing, 9:17 to go in the first half.
Shippensburg's come in with a great game plan, offensively and defensively. Again, we mentioned these coaches know each other very well. They counter a lot of each other's strategies. Ship looks good. Onside kick.
Justin Wallace bounces high in the air, spattered around, and Shippensburg gets the ball. Jamie Ware comes up with the football at midfield. Terrific play by the kicker, Justin Wallace. That ball skittered along the turf and then hit someone and bounced high in the air. Jamie Ware gets it. The Red Raiders have the lead and the ball.
Oh, kickers practice that play. You want to get 1, 2, 3 quick bounces, and then the third one should go up right as it's that 10-yard stripe. He did it perfectly. His men are at that position by the time the ball gets there. They out-jump the defense, the big linemen, and they come down with it.
1st and 10, Red Raiders at their own 48-yard line. Washington comes in motion from a wing left, but back to throw is Carver, and he's looking long downfield for Buglia, incomplete. Terrific defensive play by Derek Lynch.
Was it ever?
Buglia was there. Lynch timed it perfectly, got a hand in and knocked it down.
Without getting the interference call, he stayed with the man. He had the position. He was right in his back pocket, but the ball's inside, so he has to go over the back without interfering, reach in and over with the left hand to swat it away. Sometimes people have great position. They're right there in coverage, but they still can't finish the play. Great receivers will often take it away. He stopped that.
2nd and 10. Red Raiders at their own 48-yard line. Carver's going to option to the right side. He's going to keep the football. Pitch at the last moment to Washington, and Washington is belted down by Frank Babua as flags fly. Washington got close to the first down yardage. A terrific hit by Babua. We'll check the flag.
I think we're going to see holding downfield. The Huskies usually come up well to play option, but the cornerback could not get up there. The wide receiver down on him, met him at about 5-6 yards trying to stop block, but locked on at that point. Series of flags thrown to reinforce the call. Now, at what point will we see this marched? It was downfield at about 8 yards, while the backs are still in the backfield. So it'll be from the point of the infraction where we see the hold.
It'll come back to the 45-yard line of the Red Raiders. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 13 at that point. Andy, with the offense struggling for the Huskies, they need some big defensive plays. Back-to-back, they got the play by Derek Lynch knocking the pass away, and that time a huge hit from Frank Babua.
Yeah, they're strong. They can turn momentum around for the team, get the offense in a sync with their strong play.
2nd down and 13 for the Red Raiders. Long count by Mike Carver, their quarterback. Washington comes in motion from a wing left. They're going to option right. There's the pitch on the reverse to Ware. He turns the corner at the 45 to midfield to the Bloomsburg 45. Derek Lynch finally drags him down out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Another huge play for the Red Raiders and a first down. 15 yards in the carry by Ware. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at the Bloomsburg 39-yard line. Rajan Bass gets the call, slips and falls. He'll lose 2 back to the 41-yard line. Well, Bloomsburg came into this ball game as the top scoring team in the entire nation in Division II football. We have 8 minutes to go in the first half. The Huskies are scoreless, and that offense has been on the sideline for a lot of this half.
Play keep away. When the team gets a lot of points, they have an offense that generates all types of yards, 478 yards in an average game. The best defense is to not allow that offense on the field. Then take some gambles, do some stunning, do some movement to try to throw its rhythm off. It's been a great strategy by Rocky Reese and his staff.
2nd and 12. Shippensburg at the Bloomsburg 41. Washington in motion right side. Carver on the inside handoff to Rajan Bass. Breaks a tackle and gets to the 36-yard line. Josh Klein, Matt Romano, Frank Babula all combined on the stop. But a good effort by Bass, the junior out of Port Murray, New Jersey, as he picks up 5 on the play. 3rd down and 7 for Shippensburg.
In the first quarter, we mentioned the wing T wasn't doing much. It's an offense predicated on misdirection, but most of the stuff was straight ahead. Now as we enter the second quarter, and they've been showing the straight ahead action, now we're seeing the counters, now we're seeing the reverses, and they're more effective.
3rd down and 7. Big call at the Bloomsburg 36. Carver back to throw. Fires. The pass is batted down, incomplete. Huskies get across there in a hurry, coming on a blitz. Frank Babula appeared to get a hand on it, knock it away. So now the Red Raiders, who went for it on 4th and 5 earlier in Bloomsburg territory, face a 4th down and 7 at the Bloomsburg 36.
And it might be a play from offense. Even if they line up for a punt, keep an eye on it. Rocky Reese is taking some gambles. He was willing to onside kick after the field goal. You never quite know what to see. Carver is staying in. We'll see a play from scrimmage here on 4th down.
Jamie Ware brought in a play from the sideline. He splits wide to the right. 4th and 7 at the Bloomsburg 36. Washington in motion right side. Carver takes the snap. Bloomsburg coming on a blitz. The pass is away to Washington, and a big hit in the open field by Derek Lynch. Brings him down after a gain of maybe a yard. The play actually lost yardage back to the 39 as Bloomsburg blitz forced Carver to get it away in a hurry. Bloomsburg had to have the open field tackle from Lynch. They got it, and they take over. 38-yard line. McNamee fires to the sideline. Sean Smith makes the grab and forced out of bounds in Red Raider territory. Perfect timing pass. Dean Owens forced Smith out. We'll have an injury timeout on the field. One of the Red Raiders down at the 35-yard line. Jason Heckendorn, a defensive end, as the trainers will come out and tend to him. But Andy, the football at the Shippensburg 48-yard line. 14-yard pass completion to Sean Smith. The Huskies have a 1st and 10. Trailing 3-0. Brett Kozlowski is the lone running back. Trips to the left side. McNamee gives to Kozlowski. He's going to try to sweep that left side. Turns the corner at the 45 to the 40, and Kozlowski picks up a 1st down. Inside the 40-yard line, Phil Gagliano, sophomore free safety, makes the play for Shippensburg.
We saw Kozlowski have effectiveness last week. It seems when the team sees that it's no longer Irv Ziegler at tailback, they relax. But Kozlowski's a tremendously talented individual. Averages 61.7 yards a game. That's 9th in the PSAC. So when he goes in there for the change to rest Ziegler and get a fresh back in there, he is dangerous. Showed it there.
10 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 Bloomsburg at the Red Raider 38-yard line. Trips to the right side. Again, Kozlowski is the lone running back. McNamee takes the snap and he rolls right, looking to throw. Cocks the arm, fires to the sideline. Smith comes back and makes the catch near the 30-yard line. Flag flies well after the play.
I wonder if we have another lineman downfield. We had seen that last week. That's what it is. Oh, the Huskies linemen with strong protection on the play-action pass drift out of the neutral zone downfield with a block. Negate that pass reception and move the Huskies back again. Another penalty.
And they made that penalty in some crucial moments last week in a game they were able to win against Millersville.
This one I just don't understand. I don't know what a lineman does going downfield. You're blocking your man at the line of scrimmage. You usually give some ground. You play it passively. The pass is off, and immediately Sean Smith's out of bounds. So you're not downfield to help the receiver. It's a lapse in concentration to be downfield for any reason. You just don't belong there.
1st and 15, Bloomsburg at the Shippensburg 43-yard line. Sigler back in there as the tailback in the I formation. Johnny Johnson ahead of him. And McNamee gives the ball to Sigler, and he's tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, terrific defensive effort by number 66, Tom Kranitsky. He's a sophomore out of Stroudsburg. He was actually knocked down, was on the ground, and somehow got the hand on Sigler. Loss of 2 back to the 45-yard line, 2nd down and 17.
He had a great defensive charge, though. He pushed Mark Paceni back 2-3 steps before Paceni was able to sort of fall on him on the ground. That created the pile. Sigler wanted to run in that area, and he just couldn't. Knocks him down from there.
Slot to the right side, Smith wide left. Kozlowski, the lone running back. 2nd down, 17. Huskies from the Red Raider 45. They give it to Kozlowski off the left side, turns the corner, gets inside the 40, inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Zach Topper makes the stop, but another good effort by Brett Kozlowski, the junior from Northern Lebanon, as he picks up 12 on the play, and now bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Was a strong run going off the left with a little delay action. Good tough running. He gets that seam and gets as much as he can.
Big call coming. 5:07 to go first half. Huskies trailing 3-0. 3rd down and 5. Call in Shippensburg territory. McNamee a quick out to Randy Davidson. Breaks the tackle to 20. Down the sideline 15, 10, and down to the 6-yard line. Randy Davidson makes his 13th catch of the season, and for the 10th time, one of his catches goes for a first down. This one is huge.
Amazing statistic. 75% of his catches are for converting that first down, and he makes another big play here. He shakes away from the potential tackler and extends the run to bring it down inside the 15, then to spot the ball on the 12. That is a big one.
7-yard line is the line of scrimmage. 26 yards on the catch by Randy Davidson. 1st and goal for the Huskies. Loco on a wing to the right side. Sigler the tailback in the eye. Loco in motion to the left. McNamee gives the ball to Sigler off the left inside the 5. Sigler breaks 3 into the end zone for the touchdown. Herb Sigler in for the 7-yard line, and Bloomsburg takes the lead.
Beautiful cut. He got a great block out of the fullback right at the point of attack, but there were 2 tacklers wide and seemed in position to stop him. But he has that ability to cut on the dime. He breaks hard to the right, leaves the tackler sprawling, and goes in standing up.
And a school record for Herb Sigler with his 17th rushing touchdown of the season, breaking the record set by Mike Johnson a year ago. Now Tom Boop, the freshman from Berwick, will attempt the extra point. Try to tack on a point to the Husky lead. The snap, the placement, the kick is blocked. The kick is blocked. The scramble is on, and Shippensburg will stop the play. Rodney Hart was able to block the kick, and the extra point fails. Time out of the field, 4:26 to go in the first half of the score. Bloomsburg 6 and Shippensburg 3. Will be here. Herb Sigler with a school record-setting touchdown. His 17th rushing touchdown of the season, breaking the record by Mike Johnson. The Huskies finally on the board. 4:26 to go in the first half. They lead Shippensburg 6-3. Tommy Boop following his extra point. Kicks in Washington. Fumbles, then picks it up at the 20. The 25 hit. Breaks away. Still on his feet. Gets to the outside and gets to the 34-yard line. Boy, some very poor tackling on the part of the Huskies. They had him wrapped up 10 yards downfield. 2 or 3 players missed before John Zalos finally brought him down.
A lot of that sloppy tackling is attitude. What happens is you assume the other guy's going to make the play. He's up there. He seems to have him wrapped, so you ease up. He breaks free from him. Now you're not ready to make the hit. You lunge, you miss. Third guy feels it was going to be stopped. He lunges, he misses. Give the runner credit for not quitting on the play, but the tacklers need to have the same attitude.
6-3. Bloomsburg leads at 4:14 to go first half. Shippensburg 1st and 10 to 34. They give to Brubaker. Tries the right side and maybe a yard in the play. Matt Romano and Frank Babula closing quickly from their line linebacker positions. So it'll be a 2nd down and 9 for Shippensburg at their 35. At their 35-yard line. Washington comes in motion to the right side. He gets the pitch on the option. Babula in pursuit and wraps him up at around the 40-yard line. He'll gain 5. Boy, Frank Babula came a long way on that one.
And that's not his area of responsibility. He often plays the dive back, then he'll help out with the quarterback. For the middle linebacker to get out and stop the pitch man, that's a tremendous play. The man who needs to do it is to come up from cornerback and try to stop it at the line of scrimmage. But Shippensburg is very good at getting downfield and blocking those people deep.
And the Red Raiders now will use a timeout. Shippensburg with the football at their own 40-yard line following their timeout. 3:10 to go in the first half. Bloomsburg leading at 6-3. 3rd down call for the Red Raiders. Carver fakes handoff, keeps the football. He is hit hard and buried back at the 37-yard line. Jeremy Grimm makes Carver pay for hanging on to the football, and the punt team will come on for the Red Raiders.
Well, they would have paid with more lost yardage if they tried to pitch it. Jay Brook had the pitch man, and Carver saw that that was going to go nowhere except for a deeper loss. So the Huskies do swarm on the options. They finally come to the left side with it. They really put the hits on them.
Justin Wallace, the freshman from Pittsburgh, will do the punting, standing back at his own 24-yard line. Jeff Ritchie does the long snapping for the Red Raiders, and Sean Smith hoping for an opportunity for a return for the Huskies. The snap is there. Wallace left foots it away. Smith will come up and field it. No, it bounces in the good coverage by the Red Raiders, and they will cover it at the Bloomsburg 28-yard line. Kozlowski, the lone running back. Kozlowski was a key in that touchdown drive by the Huskies, and he gets the call up the gut, has some running room, and then it's closed quickly as he gets to the 32. Heath Hoyes, the sophomore at Danville High School, closing and making the play. Kozlowski picks up 3 to the 32, 2nd and 7, and the Huskies quickly to the line of scrimmage without a huddle.
Tim Bear from Hughesville making the offensive play, a quick trap block to give him the seam initially.
Clock running, 1:50 remaining in the first half. Slot to the right side as McNamee takes the snap and he rolls that way. Wants to throw, steps up into it, fires to the sideline. Loco gets it, gets out of bounds at the 40, picking up the first down. Mike Long rode him out, but McNamee to Loco combined for 8 on a 2nd and 7.
Nice play, move the chains, plus gets out of bounds. 1:41 to go. Of course, they work the clock. Clock management is a skill. Glenn McNamee knows how to do it. His receivers are very aware of the situation. They'll have a few plays called. If they have to come right to the line of scrimmage, they will. Still use the timeouts when necessary.
Slot to the left side. Sean Smith wide right. 1st and 10, Huskies at their own 40-yard line. McNamee on a long count with Kozlowski, the lone running back. Kozlowski gets the call, turns the corner right side over the 45, hit hard as he gets out to the 49-yard line, just short of the first down yardage. Jeff Brown from the free safety, Mike Vinook from the linebacker spot. 9 yards on the carry, 2nd down and 1. Clock running, 1:24 to go in this half. McNamee sets him down at the 49-yard line.
Kozlowski should have gotten out of bounds on that play. 1 yard from the sideline, he lets him be tackled.
McNamee takes the snap, back to throw, looking long to the far sideline to Loco, makes the grab, and is belted out of bounds near the 22-yard line of the Red Raiders. Terrific pass play, Glenn McNamee to Ron Loco.
Tremendous, amazing that he can get deep that easily. He gets a lot of attention, usually double coverage, but he breaks the coverage and gets way down there to put the Huskies in scoring position.
29 yards on the pass completion of Ron Loco. 1st and 10, Bloomsburg at the Shippensburg 22. 1:05 to go first half. Slot to the right side. Kozlowski, the lone running back. McNamee on a long count. Finally takes the snap. Gives on a delay to Kozlowski, looking for running room, and he's wrapped up inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. Picks up 3, and the Huskies now will use one of those timeouts. They stop it with 54 seconds to go in the half. 6-3 Bloomsburg. We'll be back in. 4 seconds to go here in the first half of this homecoming battle at Redmond Stadium, and a battle it is, as the Huskies of Bloomsburg leading the Red Raiders of Shippensburg 6-3. The Huskies with a big opportunity here. They have it at the Red Raider 19-yard line, 2nd down and 7, and Bloomsburg with 2 timeouts remaining.
The primary goal is to get to the end zone with a touchdown, but because of the blocked PAT, a field goal also would be significant points.
Slot to the right side. McNamee sets him down at the 19-yard line. 2nd down call coming. Takes the snap, back to throw, looking, has time, firing for Loco, makes the grab and gets into the corner. No, out at the 1-yard line. Loco made the grab, made a dive for the corner, didn't quite get there. It'll be 1st and goal at the 1.
And actually, that was a debatable call. He had the ball, it bounced off his chest, and he was fighting for possession as he goes out of bounds. A tough call. The judgment by the man right on the play will not award the touchdown, but he does award the catch.
Inches from the Shippensburg goal line. Bloomsburg trying to add to the lead. Closing seconds, first half. The call goes to Ziegler. Ziegler up the middle. He's in for Bloomsburg. Touchdown. Herb Ziegler cracks in for the 1, and the Huskies build the lead with just 41 seconds to go in the half.
Lelko, very significant on this particular series. He had the 29-yarder to set it up, then this other long pass to take it down inside the 1. Ziegler tops it off with a power run on the inside. Huskies are moving their huddle off to the left side. They missed their first PAT, so sound strategy here if they consider going for 2, and that's the personnel that's in there. McNamee talking in the huddle.
So the Huskies look to add to their 12-3 lead. Randy Davidson is wide right. Lelko starts in motion to the right, and McNamee takes the snap and he rolls that way, and he fires to Lallemand, who gets in there for the 2-point conversion. McNamee to his big tight end, Dave Lallemand. Time out of the field, 41 seconds to go in the first half of play with the score. Bloomsburg 14 and Shippensburg 3. At Redmond Stadium, just 41 seconds remaining in the first half, and a big score by the Huskies on a defensive afternoon, at least to this point. The Huskies cap a 7-play, 71-yard scoring drive with a 1-yard touchdown run by Herb Ziegler, and then the 2-point conversion pass, Glenn McNamee to tight end Dave Lallemand, and Bloomsburg now with a 14-3 advantage.
Don't use Lallemand all that much. 4 catches coming into the game. He's a big receiver. When you clear out those areas and bring him from tight end, he's unexpected. He also has the height to put it in there.
Tom Boop with the kick, high and deep, and Jamie Ware back at his 5-yard line, up the middle to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, hit hard at the 24-yard line. Well, the Huskies were guilty of some soft tackle attempts on the previous kickoff by Shippensburg, but not that time. Chris Acuff among the people to make the hit on Ware.
Most coaches at this point would let the half run out, but Rocky Reese has taken some chances throughout this game. He has some big play players in there. Let's see what he goes with.
Just 1 timeout remaining, though, for the Red Raiders with 34 seconds remaining in the half. They have it at their own 24-yard line. As Washington goes in motion, and Carver play action, back to throw, fires it out to Dave Klingerman. He makes the grab, but John Zalos wraps him up near the 30-yard line. So Klingerman, the tight end from Bloomsburg High School, makes his first catch of the day, and now the Red Raiders will burn that final timeout with 23 seconds to go. We'll keep it last night into that Hall of Fame. Shippensburg at their 30. 2nd down call, 23 seconds to go in the half. They are out of timeouts. Mike Carver takes the snap, back to throw, steps up into it, fires over the middle, incomplete. Jamie Ware couldn't hang on at the 47-yard line. Alec Wiley back in coverage. That'll be a 3rd down and 6 at the 30. You know, if I'm Shippensburg, Andy, I don't want to get to the point where I might have to punt to Sean Smith, regardless of how much time's left.
I wonder if they would. They might take it on 4th down. 17 seconds is what we're looking at. Huskies do have timeouts left. They may use them.
Bloomsburg in the prevent defense. Shippensburg 3rd down and 6 at their own 30. Carver again, back to throw, looking, fires over the middle, overthrows badly. Intercepted by Jay Zoransky. Gets a block from midfield to the Shippensburg 45, gets out of bounds with 6 seconds to go. You know, you admire people that want to go for things, but boy, I think Shippensburg was taking big chances there.
I think the quarterback did. You really shouldn't throw it deep down like that into traffic. Gives the Huskies the opportunity for one more play or a quick strike down the middle and a quick timeout and potential for a field goal. Most likely the Huskies need the touchdown here on this play, though, to get points. 6 seconds.
Even if that pass is complete, Andy, there's very little time for Shippensburg to do anything with it.
They'll stop it just to set the chains, then the clock would probably run out before they get another play off, so it was ill-advised.
1st and 10, Bloomsburg at the Red Raider 46, 6 seconds to go in the half. McNamee back to throw, fires. Randy Davidson can't make the catch. 1 second remaining in the half. Davidson had slipped and gone down to a knee, then just couldn't make the grab at about the 34-yard line. Of course, time would have run out anyhow.
Yes, it would have. They might have been able to get a timeout called very quickly if they stop it to move the chains. Then you might have seen one more attempt toward the end zone with better field position.
So Bloomsburg had a chance to look at a Hail Mary play a couple of times last week at Millersville. They'll get a chance to try one here, perhaps, as McNamee back to throw. No, he throws the sideline to Davidson. He pitches off to Sean Smith. Smith looking for some running room. He pitches to Kozlowski. Kozlowski tackled at the 25-yard line. Well, Bloomsburg did all they could. Flags fly after the play. That may be a penalty against the Huskies to start the second half, as Sean Smith appeared to push a Shippensburg player well after the play. A flag flew there, and a few heated moments there as Danny Hale in the face of one of his players, making sure that nothing breaks out there. The officials talking things over. Meanwhile, Shippensburg's going off the field.
They're being allowed to leave as well, so I think the officials realize this is against the Huskies. We will not see the half extended.
So we are finished with the first half of play with the score. Bloomsburg 14 and Shippensburg 3. We'll be back with the first half score.
You're crazy. Get some ball.
Over 43 points a game coming in, but they were scoreless until 4:26 remain in that first half when Irv Sigler capped that 62-yard scoring drive. Later, he capped a 71-yard scoring drive, and Sigler, with those 2 touchdowns, giving him 18 on the season, breaking the Bloomsburg record of 16 set by Mike Johnson a year ago. So while Sigler doesn't have big numbers today as far as rushing yardage is concerned, he does have that record. And remember, a week ago against Millersville, a very good defensive team, Irv had just 29 yards and 14 carries in the first half, and then finished the game with 140 yards. But the Huskies with the lead at 14-3, and in a game where there's not been a lot of points scored, any points on the opening drive of the second half could be big.
They will be significant, and I think we're going to see a little bit more attention to Irv Sigler try to get that ground game going. Now, the number of penalties, I think, has hurt the Huskies a little bit, too. When you take a penalty on 1st and 10 and you're backed up, now you're pretty much committed to some passing. So I think that's hurt sort of the rhythm of this particular offense. And at halftime, you get that break, you get to rethink, you get yourself composed, you re-examine the particular game plan, and you recommit yourself to it.
Second half underway as Justin Wallace's kick is a low line drive kick, skitters along the ground and picked up by Sean Smith at the 18 to the 20. The 25 hurdles the tackler, gets over the 30 to the 35, fumbles the ball, and Shippensburg gets on it. Smith gives up the football, and the Red Raiders will come up with it to start the second half, as getting off the bottom of the pile is Jeff Brown, a senior from Waldorf, Maryland.
Well, they skidded the ball along the carpet, but it still got to the man they wanted to have it. Sean Smith was able to get it for the Huskies, and he took it up the middle, but they really took the legs out from under him. He was spinning in the air, and as he comes down, the ball is knocked loose. Shippensburg has it with great field position.
They have it at the Bloomsburg 39-yard line. The give is to Kevin Washington. He has some running room, hurdles the tackler at the 35, gets down to the 33. Jeremy Grimm on the stop. So the second half did not start well for the Huskies. Sean Smith coughs up the football on the kickoff, and now the Red Raiders of Shippensburg at the Bloomsburg 33-yard line with a 2nd down and 4.
And a nice offensive play to start their series. The Huskies defense figured they'd be watching for a few minutes, so they're not quite in the mindset to come out here and hit. They'll get themselves set in a play right now.
Backs in an open set now behind Carver. Second down call from the 33-yard line. Bass comes in motion, but the give is to Hall. Flags all over the place as Randy Hall goes ahead for the first down to the 27-yard line.
We saw the motion, man, and with that very quick motion, Husky seemed to jump off sides. I'm not sure if there was other movement in the interior lineman by Shippensburg. This probably will be 5 yards against the Huskies. The run seems to equal that. They'll probably just count the play.
So the referee looking for someone from the Shippensburg side to make the call. Finally indicates offside against Bloomsburg. Indicates it again and tells us that it is declined. Shippensburg will take the play to the 27-yard line, 6 yards in the pickup, and a 1st and 10.
Running hard. This team has a lot of different looks. We mentioned a number of different running backs, 7 different people carrying the ball in the first half. So it's hard to key in any one area.
Randy Hall's the lone running back behind Carver. Bass goes in motion from his wing position. Hall gets the call, breaks into the open, gets inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. On the left side, Bass and Hall backs in an open set. The call goes to Rajan Bass, breaks a tackle inside the 15, inside the 10, spinning away at the 5. Bass tries to get in the end zone and just comes up short. Saving tackle by Derek Lynch at the 1-yard line.
He was actually being tackled at the 1 and tried to reach the ball across. Hard to see from our angle. He might have been awarded the touchdown. It's going to be inside the 1. Actually, his intensity got him that. He's bouncing off tacklers and breaking free. Huskies just not quite aggressive enough to bring him down. He wants it more than they're trying to stop him right there.
Shippensburg looking for their first touchdown of the afternoon. Full house backfield now behind Mike Carver from the 1-yard line. Hall gets the call, goes in standing up for the touchdown. Randy Hall off the left side, and the Red Raiders very much in this one.
Very much. They managed to get the fumble on the opening kickoff, and then their offense takes it right in. Huskies defense a bit down after that turnover, just not mentally prepared. And Shippensburg comes out and takes it right at them on the ground, moves it in. They look like they have this ball offset for a 2-point conversion.
As they've pulled to within 5, now they'll go for 2 to pull them within a field goal. Backs in an open set behind Carver. Hartley goes in motion to the right side. Carver takes the snap and he rolls to his right, looking into the end zone, fires deep into the end zone, and he has it for the 2-point conversion as Dave Klingerman comes up with the catch. Time out of the field, 12:45 to go in the 3rd quarter with the score. Bloomsburg 14 and Shippensburg 11. Remaining in the 3rd quarter of play, Shippensburg has struck quickly, recovering Sean Smith's fumble on the second half kickoff, and then going 5 plays, 39 yards. Randy Hall in from the 1-yard line for the score, and then a big 2-point conversion. Mike Carver to Bloomsburg High School product Dave Klingerman, and Shippensburg within 3, 14-11 Huskies.
Huskies defense just wasn't quite set to play. The offensive line came out. They're creating seams. The misdirection confused them. The Huskies aren't finishing their tacklers. So Shippensburg really pumped up now, trying to come back and take it away.
Sean Smith hoping for a chance to redeem himself, but the kick sails away from him down inside the 5 and into the end zone. So good job by the kicker, Justin Wallace, kicking away from Sean Smith and into the end zone. So Bloomsburg will finally get their hands on the football. Smith wide to the right side. Loco wide left. Huskies 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Irv Sigler is the tailback in the I formation. He gets the call, tries the right side, cuts it up in the middle, has some running room over the 25 out to the 27-yard line. Good first down carry. Zach Topper and Jeff Brown combine on the stop, but Sigler for 7, 2nd and 3 Huskies.
They want to establish that, and the best way to regain possession of this game is to do best, run your best plays. They want to get Sigler involved. They want to get him going, give the team the confidence that, hey, everything's all right. Here we are. Here's the things we can do. It's all going.
2nd down and 3 call. Sigler gets the call, looks for the first down yardage, and gets tackled in the open field at the 29-yard line. Nice tackle by Mike Hayes, a freshman cornerback from Santa Barbara, California, as he holds Sigler to 2 yards, and the Huskies will face a 3rd down and 1.
Needed a block from the wide receiver, but the wide receiver just didn't didn't get in position to do it. He kind of gave up on it. If he was able to get wide of that man, he had the sideline, but there just wasn't a commitment to get to it.
3rd down and 1, Bloomsburg. Double tight end alignment. Lelko on a wing right. Johnson, the fullback, ahead of Sigler in the eye. Long count by McNamee. Shippensburg came across, and it looked like the cadence barking of McNamee may have given the Huskies this first down.
Super play when other people aren't quite getting it done. Use the head game there. He only needed a yard. Defense is charged up. They've been stopping Irv Ziegler. They've been stopping a lot of the power. So use strategy. Change that cadence when you need that. That gets it automatically. The 5 yards moves it. They move the chains, get a new series of down. Give them a little pep talk in the huddle. Get this team back in sync.
1st and 10, Bloomsburg at their own 34-yard line. Huskies with a 3-point lead early here in the 3rd quarter. Lelko wide to the right. Smith wide left. High formation behind quarterback Glenn McNamee, who takes the snap, drops back to throw, looking long for Lelko, makes the grab at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, and goes in for Bloomsburg. Touchdown! Glenn McNamee to Ron Lelko, 66 yards.
Beautiful, beautiful play. The drive early, it's all running now. Play action pass. Lelko manages to break the coverage. He has 3 steps on the cornerback. Laid out beautifully. Lelko slows down just a little bit to make the secure reception. Then he continues with his acceleration, takes it all the way.
So the Huskies answer Shippensburg's score with one of their own. And now Tom Boop will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ron Lelko. Adam Wrights with the snap. Boop had one blocked earlier. This kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. 11:05 to go in the 3rd quarter play with the score. Bloomsburg 21, Shippensburg 11. Here, Bloomsburg gets a big boost from their pass-catch combination, Glenn McNamee and Ron Lelko. The 9th touchdown grab of the season by Lelko, his longest of this season, 66 yards. And it comes at a good time for Bloomsburg as the Red Raiders of Shippensburg had just pulled within 3. Now it's at 21-11, Bloomsburg advantage as Tom Boop will kick off. Ryan Hartley and Jamie Ware deep for the Red Raiders. Boop's kick is high and deep, and Hartley at the 5-yard line. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, breaks out of that tackle and gets out to the 30-yard line. And again, the Huskies are there, but they just can't wrap the returner. And the Red Raiders with pretty good field position. Lee Strawbridge finally made the stop on the kick team for Bloomsburg.
Very difficult to make those stops in these situations. Specialty teams, people are running, you're not sure what direction, you want to make the safe tackle. So often you are lunging or trying to bring the guy down with the arms. So there's a fine return and nice field position again.
1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at their own 30-yard line. Mike Carver, junior from Ephrata, still at the quarterback controls. Washington comes in motion. The give is to Brubaker, breaks the tackle, gets over the 35 near the 36. Strong run before Ben Hennikel, the free safety, can make the play for the Huskies.
Ran very hard. Nothing too fancy. A little deception in the backfield, but basically to the up back going straight ahead. Just a little bit off left guard, and he powers ahead for 5-6 yards.
2nd down and 4. Shippensburg at their own 36-yard line. Backs in an open set. Carver sets him down. The handoff is to Kevin Washington. Tries the left side. Hit and drop as a flag flies. Little gain by Washington. Jeremy Grimm makes a good defensive play. There'll be a holding call against Shippensburg.
Thrown right at the point of the tackle. So they're trying to break that man free. Someone comes in and grabs a potential tackler, trying to get him away from the play, but that play was going nowhere. Huskies with a renewed intensity after the offense scores the points. They come in and they're swarming here.
You may recall a week ago against Millersville, Bloomsburg got burned for an early 51-yard touchdown run by Brady Myers, and then held a very good Millersville team to 35 yards total rushing in the entire 2nd half. So this is a good defense that sometimes gets better as the day goes on.
They do. I think they get a feel for the timing of the offense. It's hard for a scout team to run a unique system like the wing T. So even though you practice against it, you see the looks, you see it on the blackboard, and you see your reserves running it. When you see the opposition running it at full speed with the proper timing, a system that they've mastered, it often takes a quarter or two to get it to the sink to stop it.
2nd and 17. Shippensburg back of their 23-yard line. Carver back to throw. Fires to the sideline. Has Washington. He's bluffed down in his tracks. Derek Lynch, who led this team in tackles from his cornerback position a year ago, has made a couple of good open field sticks this afternoon. One there for a 2-yard loss.
He's been very visible in this game. He's made a lot of hits coming up from the corner, whether it's option where he's coming up and making tackles, or sweeps, or this little type of a flare pass. He's stopping it, knocking the man back.
3rd down and 19 for the Red Raiders at their 21-yard line. So tough call for them as Mike Carver brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Carver sets him down. Washington's on a wing to the right. Carver's back to throw, looking far sideline, incomplete. Intended for Boogli, and good coverage there. Jay Zoransky and Ben Hennikel, both there in the Husky secondary. And 4th down and the punt unit on.
Yeah, nice coverage. Double coverage on the far side. They realize the receiver who's going to be most prone to make the catch. They shade his way a little bit, and they're able to break that up. No chance for the completion.
And Justin Wallace is back to do the punting for the Red Raiders, standing back at his 7-yard line. And Sean Smith hoping for a return opportunity for the Huskies. Bloomsburg, looks like they're coming after it. Then they back off, and Wallace gets the kick away. Sails it very, very high. Sean Smith at his 44-yard line. Looks for some running room. Gets a block. Turns the corner at midfield to the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. Down the sideline and ridden out of bounds around the 22-yard line. Terrific return and some good blocks for Sean Smith as the Huskies in business.
Unbelievable. When he
Sean Smith loose. High formation. Sigler at the tail of the tandem. Slot to the right side. From the Red Raider 22. McNamee takes the snap. Gives to Ziegler. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. Big loss back to the 30-yard line. Chris Heilman, a sophomore, 260-pounder, in there in a hurry, and Ziegler with no opportunity.
They want to run counter tray, so the 2 linemen on the right are pulling to the left. Heilman is lined up on those people. When he reads that they're pulling to go with the trap, he gets his penetration. There's no one left to pick him up. So he makes a great read. He penetrates, and he drops the man for the loss.
2nd down and 15. Bloomsburg at the Red Raider 27, and McNamee rolls right, wants to throw, fires to the sideline. Loco goes high, makes the grab before he's belted down at about the 18-yard line by Dean Owens, the strong safety. On the left side, 4th down, less than a yard to go for Bloomsburg. McNamee on a long count gives the ball to Ziegler. Ziegler up the middle looking for the 1st down yardage. It appears that he has it.
This type of penetration before and have hurt themselves some with penalties. Also, Shippensburg's defense has risen to the occasion and really played some strong ball. So the Huskies want to make sure that they're moving forward toward this goal, not take any losses.
1st and 10, Bloomsburg at the Red Raider 11-yard line. Loco wide to the right side, Smith wide left. McNamee gives the ball to Sigler, sweeps the left side, then cuts it in the middle. Flags fly, and another flag as Sigler down at the 7-yard line. Tim Krenetsky makes the tackle from his defensive end position for Shippensburg.
Type of flag that indicates holding. That is the call from the referee.
1st and 18 for Bloomsburg at the Shippensburg 19. As the Huskies break the huddle, they send Sean Smith wide right, Ron Loco in a slot to that side, and an I formation behind Glenn McNamee, who takes the snap and rolls right. Looking to throw, big pass rush, gets the pass away, incomplete. Did a good job just getting it away. Almost sacked on the play by Tim Krenitsky, and Loco came back, tried to make a diving catch, could not. It'll be 2nd down and 18 for the Huskies at the from the Red Raider 19-yard line. 2nd down call coming. McNamee takes the snap, gives on a delay to Irv Sigler, looks for some running room, bounces it outside at the 15, runs over a tackler, still on his feet, gets down to the 10-yard line. Strong effort by Irv Sigler as he picks up 9 on the play before Zach Topper can make the tackle for the Red Raiders.
It was a very, very nice effort. Trying to make it happen, working the sideline well, cutting and fighting for every additional yard. So they move it up a little bit closer, but that end zone still is a good 11 yards away. Room for a 1st down if they get inside the 2.
3rd down and 10. Bloomsburg at the Shippensburg 11. Now Randy Davidson is in the lineup, of course, near the goal line. Like to look for height. He's got it at 6'5". He's in a slot to the right side. Loco goes in motion to that side, and McNamee takes the snap and rolls to that side. Flags down on the play. McNamee gets the pass away, incomplete. Flag down on the play, maybe grounding on McNamee, but we'll see what the other flag was all about.
I think the Huskies receivers beat the count. I think they were rolling in their start, so I think both flags will be against the Huskies. The grounding or the incomplete would set up a 4th down situation.
The referee signals motion against Bloomsburg and the grounding against Bloomsburg. So the Red Raiders will go with the bigger of the two, which is the grounding.
And I believe that puts the 4th down as well, the loss of down with that spot where he would have been sacked.
So Bloomsburg had a great opportunity, a 1st and 10 at the 11, but then they hurt themselves with 3 penalties, 2 of which are accepted by Shippensburg. Now it's back to the 25-yard line, so it's a pretty long field goal attempt if you try that. But it's just 3rd down, though. So the Huskies will have a chance to, well, no, it's a loss of down, so it is a 4th down play for Bloomsburg. And even though they're at the 25-yard line and need 24, they are not going for 3. McNamee brings his team to the line of scrimmage. The Shippensburg 25, and we have a timeout called, I believe. And one of the Red Raiders going to the sideline.
Shippensburg had too many people on the field, so the cornerback, seeing it, calls for the timeout rather than accept the penalty there. That would have been terrible. Would have been a 15-yard illegal participation. There is a flag down, though. Did they get the timeout called soon enough?
No, I don't believe they did call the timeout. So the illegal too many men on the field is the penalty. He didn't get a chance to participate, which is the more serious of the infractions. But it will be a walk-off against the Red Raiders.
Yeah, illegal substitution is 5 yards, and that is going to be thrown there. Huskies changing personnel. The kicker is coming on now.
So now 5 yards closer to the goal line on a 4th down. Tom Boop will attempt the field goal out of the hold of Ron Lelko. The hold will be at the 27. This is a 37-yard field goal attempt by Boop, who has 3 field goals, his longest of 28. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. No good, came up short. So the Huskies lose a great scoring opportunity, and with 6:07 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and Bloomsburg leading Shippensburg 21-11, the Red Raiders will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. They give is to Rajon Bass, tries the left side. Bloomsburg has that all figured out, so he reverses, goes to his right side, flag flies, he's belted down at the 20. Ben Hennikel made the stop for the Huskies. Flag well behind the line of scrimmage, maybe a holding call against the Red Raiders, but that was terrific defense by Bloomsburg. As Bass tried the left side, nothing there, reversed it to the right, nothing there as well, and a penalty will go. So if Bloomsburg declines the penalty, it'll be 2nd and 10, but they may want to move the Red Raiders back toward their goal line.
Yeah, with field position, I'd anticipate them accepting this penalty. Mike Buglia came back to help that scrambling running back, and he might have been the one guilty of the hold. A busted play like that, as people are going, sometimes has the potential to be a big gainer, so he came back and tried to provide a shield, but illegally. Huskies do accept the penalty. We're going to see the ball spotted around the 8-yard line.
So Shippensburg will have a 1st down and 22 back at their own 8-yard line with 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and Bloomsburg leading by a score of 21-11. Carver sets him down. 1st and 10 from their own 8. Bass in motion to the left side. And Carver in the inside handoff to Hartley, and he's brought down for a loss of 4-yard line. Jason Grimm and Frank Pabula read that one beautifully. Almost intercepted the handoff that time. And a loss, they'll mark it at the 5. It'll be 2nd down and 25.
They had the penetration because of the long yardage needed in order to convert. They're going to come with some penetration. If it shows pass, they'll just continue after the quarterback. If they go with misdirection, often they can mess it up in the backfield. So the Huskies have the Shippensburg offense backpedaling now. That's the situation they like. If Shippensburg tries too aggressively to convert for this 1st down, they may have a turnover.
Backs in an open set behind Carver. Sets him down at the 5-yard line. The give straight ahead is to the fullback Brubaker. He gets up to about the 11-yard line. Matt Romano and Frank Pabula combine on the stop stop for the Huskies. So they play it conservatively, a pickup of about 6, and now 3rd down and 19 for Shippensburg.
You might see another rather conservative play called here. They don't want to risk the turnover. They're still within 10 points. They'll have another quarter after this 4:31 runs down. They have poor field position. It's not to their advantage to push this issue here.
Dave Klingerman is the tight end on the left side. As Carver sets him down, Bass goes in motion to the left. Back to throw. Carver fires that inside screen to Buglia, and Mike Buglia is hit and dropped at the 18-yard line. So Buglia makes the grab. Frank Babula grabs him. Pickup of 7. 4th down and 12, and the punt unit on for the Red Raiders.
It has to be getting downfield and making the tackle on the dangerous Sean Smith. So it's a great return opportunity for the Huskies.
Justin Wallace back at his own 5-yard line. Smith back in single safety for the Huskies. Usually Derek Lynch is 10 yards in front of him, so Bloomsburg may be going for the block. They are coming hard, and Lynch may have gotten a hand on it. It goes high in the air and very, very short, and takes a Bloomsburg bounce. It goes down at the 21-yard line. So Bloomsburg came hard. Derek Lynch appeared to get a hand on it. It'll be a 3-yard punt altogether, and the Huskies take over.
Don't know if he made contact with the ball, but he forced the punter to kick it at such a steep angle that it goes nowhere. So the pressure does create the good field position for the Huskies. They're ready to take it in now. They want to score this time.
3:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Bloomsburg leading 21-11. McNamee sets him down at the Red Raider 21. Sigler, the tailback in the I formation. Smith wide to the right side, Loco wide left. They give us to Sigler off the right side, has some running room. Irv Sigler gets inside the 15-yard line. Irv Sigler down to about the 12. Good effort by him before Steve McTaggart and Chris Heilman could combine on the stop.
Brings it down within a yard of that chain. That was a very strong effort. I think the Huskies, as they came off last time, were disappointed in themselves. They made mistakes. They did not take the opportunity to put points on the board. So now as they come out, there's a renewed vigor. They want to make it happen now.
2nd down and 1 from the Shippensburg 12-yard line. Loco wide to the left side, but the call goes to Ziegler off the right side. Turns the corner inside the 10, belted out of bounds, but has a 1st and goal for the Huskies. Heath Hoyes, a linebacker out of Danville High School, 230-pound sophomore, makes the play for the Red Raiders.
They're really coming off the ball, though. They pushed people back. He has a good 5 yards before he meets with any interference. So while there are people in the area and he's not breaking the big yardage, his linemen are giving him that initial surge. He just stays behind them and gets as much as he can.
1st and goal for Bloomsburg, just short of the Shippensburg 8-yard line. Loco wide to the left side. Sigler again at the tail of the tandem from the 8. McNamee rolls to his left, wants to throw to the end zone, and throws for a touchdown to Ron Loco. Loco makes the grab in the corners. The Huskies build the lead.
Beautiful passing play. The timing is there. Loco's taking it, and then he squares out in the end zone. He has inside position on the cornerback. McNamee is able to take it, drill it in there right inside the pylon. Even though the coverage is on the man, he has the inside position. His body shields the defender from the ball, and he pulls it in as he dives.
Loco has his 2nd touchdown reception of the ball game, his 10th of the season. Now Tommy Boop will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ron Loco. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out on the field, 2.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter play with the score. Bloomsburg 28 and Shippensburg 11. We'll be right here at Bloomsburg University's Redmond Stadium. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And Bloomsburg now leading Shippensburg by a score of 28-11. The last score, an 8-yard touchdown pass from Glenn McNamee to Ron Loco. 2nd time that combination clicked in the 3rd quarter. First one was of 66 yards. And the Bloomsburg lead is 17 now as Tom Boop will kick off following his extra point. And his kick is a line drive kick, and Hartley will let it bounce and then pick it up at the sideline to the 7, to the 10, to the 15, and hit hard and dropped at the 20-yard line. Chris Acuff with a big hit on special teams for the Huskies.
Yeah, he had a little trouble getting up after that one. They hit so hard that they both went down. Acuff now is sort of shaking the cobwebs out. He's nearly responded well. 8 catches for 150 yards, and a lot of that with double coverage in his direction.
Shippensburg with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Chris Acuff helped off the field. appears to be okay, as Carver off play action is back to throw. Firing over the middle has Washington. He's hit hard. The ball pops in the air, incomplete. Ben Hennicle with the hit for the Huskies. Terrific hit in the open field. The ball right into the hands of Washington, but no way he could hang on after the hit by Hennicle.
Yeah, Hennicle turns like a maestro to the fans for applause after that hit. Enjoying this homecoming crowd, but that was a violent collision. The ball was on the money. The quarterback did what he had to do. Defense can't get there to knock it away, so they just go right through the man, knock the ball away from him.
Second down and 10 for the Red Raiders at their own 20-yard line, and Carver and the inside handoff to Hartley, and it's read very well by Chris Luff, the sophomore, for the Huskies in that defensive front, and very little gain, just a couple to the 22-yard line. Will bring up third down and 8. This defensive unit for the Huskies has been something today.
They really have. Jeremy Grimm played that very well. He's the third leading tackler on the team. He also has 4.5 sacks. He maintained his position. He didn't get sucked in with the counter, came down hard, and made the play.
Third down and 8 for Shippensburg at their own 22-yard line, as Carver sets him down. Hartley in motion, play action. Carver back to throw, fires over the middle, has Washington, gets the first down and then some over the 40, the 45 to midfield. The Bloomsburg 45, and Zamani Hammond finally runs him out. Shippensburg trailing 28-11 in this third quarter, deep in their own territory, needed a big play, and they got just that, as Kevin Washington catches the pass from Carver and shows some great speed as he gets to the Bloomsburg 34-yard line.
He really did. Caught it crossing underneath at about 15 yards, but did not break stride. Found the open area between the linebackers, and then just kept traversing the field, and eventually turned it up the sideline. Tremendous speed, big play.
44 yards on the reception, first and 10. The 34-yard line. Carver's going to option to the right side, pitches the ball to Bass. Bass gets out of the tackle attempt by Romano. Gets down to the 29-yard line before Ben Hennicle can make the play for the Huskies.
Come back to the option. They were able to break that for big yardage earlier in the game. Here they get a good 5 yards on it. Coming to the right side, the quarterback likes to run with the ball, sucks the tacklers into him, then gives a little pitch. Gets some nice yards.
Closing moments, third quarter. Shippensburg needs a score to get back in this football game, and they have the ball at the Bloomsburg 29-yard line with a second down and 5. Some confusion on the part of the Red Raiders, and they're forced to burn a timeout here for Kutztown. Of course, the Golden Bears coming in here to Redmond Stadium to face the Huskies next Saturday, 1 o'clock kickoff. Right here, 33 seconds to go, third quarter. Shippensburg, second and 5 at the Bloomsburg 29. Slot to the left, backs in an open set. Carver, and the shuffle pass up the middle. Bass has it and is hit down in the open field about the 24-yard line, very close to the first down yardage. Jay Brook and Ben Hennicle combine on the stop for the Huskies.
John Bass not used as a pass receiver too often, only 4 catches on the year. That's more like a running play, that little shuffle pass. Trap blocking on the inside, thrown behind the line. Huskies now with the timeout, Jim.
Yeah, Shipper and Bass in an open set behind quarterback Mike Carver. Tight set. Brubaker gets the call, lowers the shoulder, breaks out of a tackle at the 15, the 10, the 5, and Jeremy Brubaker's in for a touchdown. Brubaker breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, goes in for the score, and the Red Raiders back in it.
With everyone coming up hard to make the stop on the fullback, all 11 men are collapsing at that point. So when he's able to put the shoulder in and spin away from the tackle right there, he finds open ground to the outside. One last man tries to run him down, grab onto him around the 5, but he uses the stiff arm to keep him at a distance, keeps the feet chugging, and turns himself into the end zone. Shippensburg now will try for 2 points.
80-yard touchdown drive by the Red Raiders when they needed it desperately. Now they'll go for 2 to try to cut in more to that Bloomsburg lead. Hartley in motion right side. Carver takes the snap and he rolls that way, looking to throw, fires over the middle, has his man, Rajon Bass, for the 2-point conversion. Timeout on the field, just 4 seconds to go in the third quarter with the score. Bloomsburg 28, Shippensburg 19. Dave, right here, the Red Raiders of Shippensburg have just gone 80 yards for a touchdown drive and 6 6 plays. Jeremy Brubaker going 24 yards on a run to score it. Then Mike Carver throws to Rajon Bass for the 2-point conversion. Red Raiders back in this one. The Bloomsburg lead cut to 28-19 as the kick skitters along the turf, picked up by one of the Husky up men, and a return to the 44-yard line as the kick came up short. Was fielded by Aaron Bordas, a backup tight end for Bloomsburg. The Huskies will take over in good field position as this third quarter comes to an end. With the score, Bloomsburg 28 and Shippensburg 19. We'll be back in 19 Bloomsburg as we start the fourth quarter. Huskies moving from the left to our right, and they have the football at their own 44-yard line with a 1st and 10. Glenn McNamee takes the snap, gives on a delay to Irv Ziegler. Looks for some running room, nothing there. Keeps his balance, cuts it outside, turns the court to 45 of Shippensburg to the 40, and down inside the 35. Terrific effort by Irv Ziegler. Started left, nothing there, reversed his field, and picks up huge yardage.
Huskies want to go more with him. Keep the ball away from Shippensburg, whose offense seems to keep responding. Play was designed to go to the left. The blocking breaks down. 2 defenders pinned him in. He spins away, loses his balance, and still makes the big play.
21 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 at the Shippensburg 35. Smith wide right. Loco wide left. Ziegler again at the tail of the tandem. Again, he gets the call this time off the left side. Breaks out of one tackle, but won't get away from the second tackler. Nice effort by Mike Vanook, the leading tackler on this football team. The middle linebacker out of Nanticoke, who had the big interception return earlier, brings down Ziegler after a gain of 2 to the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 8 Bloomsburg.
Came across well and did make the hit. Vanook was a running back in high school at 1,200 yards. Another linebacker mate, George Bannis, played fullback for this team a couple years ago as the 2nd leading rusher. So some skilled people at the linebacker position.
Slot to the right side, I formation. 2nd and 8 Huskies. McNamee takes the snap, rolls right, wants to throw, pump fake. Now looking long for Sean Smith, and the ball's tipped away at the last moment. It hung up there, and then Mike Hayes, a freshman, made a terrific play, just batting it away. Smith had a step on the secondary.
Looked like he was going to be able to capitalize there. McNamee threw it out there with authority, but nice catch-up speed by the corner. Smith was there, but he's going to run out of end zone, so you can't lead him too far. He slows down and waits for that ball. When the corner does come in, gets the finger on it, and what seemed like maybe a touchdown is knocked away by a solid defensive play.
Big call coming. Bloomsburg at the Shippensburg 34-yard line. 3rd down and 8. Early 4th quarter, Huskies with a 9-point advantage. Slot to the right side, Davidson wide left. McNamee back to throw. Looking, fires for Davidson. Makes the grab inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Huskies. Dean Owens makes the stop, and Randy Davidson comes up big again.
He comes up with the big play. So much attention to the other receivers. The great speed in Sean Smith, and Ron Lelk, who has 150 yards and receptions on this day. They forget about that number 3 man. He has the height. He crosses the middle. McNamee delivers it perfectly down there. Gets the change plus much more.
24 yards on the reception on a 3rd and 8 play. 1st and goal, Bloomsburg at the Shippensburg 9. Ziegler, the tailback, behind John Johnson in the I formation. Loco in motion left. Double tight end alignment. McNamee gives the ball to Ziegler. Tries the left side. Running hard. Gets to the 5-yard line before Chris Heilman can make the stop for Shippensburg.
Strong running. Gets himself 3 or 4 good yards in there. Keeps fighting. Tacklers trying to get to him, but he's a tough man to stop. He realizes down here that these are going to be critical points. Shippensburg keeps coming back every time the Huskies get a score, so they want to be able to force this in here. The safest way to do it's on the ground.
2nd and goal, Bloomsburg at the Red Raider 5-yard line. Lolleman, the tight end to the right. Howie Smith to the left. McNamee rolls right, wants to throw, fires to Loco. Incomplete. Just knocked away by Mike Hayes. I'll tell you what, that cornerback has made 2 terrific plays on this Bloomsburg possession.
Getting the hand on the inside. It's a timing play for the corner. They scored on it last time down at the other end zone. So here's he pushes the man off and breaks for that pylon. The corner reacts right back up, gets the hand inside, and is able to stop that touchdown.
3rd down and goal. Bloomsburg at the Shippensburg 5. Loco wide to the right side. Double tight end alignment. McNamee back to throw. Fires for Loco. Incomplete. Threw it too high high and too hard behind Ron Loco. Just got a hand on it. Now Bloomsburg with a decision. 12:46 to go. They lead by 9. They have a 3rd and goal at the Shippensburg 5-yard line. Offense wants to go for it. McNamee looking toward the sideline, and it looks like they indeed will go. 4th down from the 5.
If they come up short, the ball will still be spotted on the 5. Shippensburg offense would have to go 95 yards. It's a worthwhile gamble.
Loco again wide to the right, and McNamee takes the snap and rolls that way and fires that way, and Loco grabs it for the touchdown. McNamee to Loco, and the Huskies build the lead.
Beautiful play. A lot of confidence in that quarterback-receiver combination to go for it on 4th down with 5 yards. But he's able to run the square out. The last time they tried that play, a tremendous defensive play was able to stop it. Could Hayes do it twice in a row? They gambled that he couldn't. Tremendous route. He squared it off well. McNamee delivers it on the money. With a perfect execution, it would take an unbelievable defensive play to stop it.
Mike Hayes must be wondering why they're picking on him. He made 2 terrific plays in the drive. Couldn't make the 3rd one, though, and the Huskies cash in. Loco will hold for the extra point attempt by Tom Boop. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Top of the field, 12:39 to go in the football game. With the score, Bloomsburg 35 and Shippensburg 19. Well, very much right here. Bloomsburg starts the 4th quarter quickly. The Huskies, a 7-play, 56-yard scoring drive, capped on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Glenn McNamee to Ron Loco, the 3rd touchdown grab of the ball game by Loco. Big plays along the way, a 21-yard run by Herb Sigler, and a 24-yard pass completion, Glenn McNamee to Randy Davidson. That was particularly big. That was on a 3rd and 8 call. So the Huskies now lead at 35-19. Tom Boop kicks off, angles it to the far side of the field, and Harley will field it at the 1-yard line, to the 5, to the 10, and ridden down at the 11-yard line. Harley was nonchalant, a feeling that for sure was going into the end zone. It did not. Hit about the 2, bounced in the air. He had to return it. Huskies are down there, led by Keith Broadwater. So Shippensburg has it at their own 11.
In his defense, I don't know if I'd have played it much differently. It looked like it was going to have the momentum to go in, and then around the 2-yard line, it bounces straight up, hits again, and bounces. He still has to decide, should he let it go and hope the momentum takes it in? People are coming down. That's an onside kick if it's recovered, even if it's down on the 1-yard line.
Red Raiders from their own 11-yard line with a 1st and 10, and they break the snap count, and flags fly.
Tight end jumped off sides. That's going to hurt them a little bit more with field position. Every yard is critical in this point of the field. So Shippensburg needs another dramatic scoring drive to keep themselves in this game. Hurts themselves with field position from a 1st and 10 on the 12. They get a 1st and 15 from back around the 7.
And Andy, I think you'll agree, the effectiveness of passing from the wing T offense is when you're not looking for it, but when you're trailing 35-19 in the 4th quarter, takes that away.
It does. It's a great play action system with passing, but when you have to pass, you have to go to a different offense.
Carver back to throw, standing 2 yards deep in his own end zone, fires a bullet and has Dave Klingerman for a pass completion out to the 21-yard line. Alec Wiley makes the stop for the Huskies, but Carver was on target to Dave Klingerman out of Bloomsburg High School. Gets out to the 21, just short of the 1st down yardage.
He's a strong-arm quarterback, great talent. I mentioned he transferred, played for 3 years now. He's the starter for this team. Was the PSAC Rookie of the Year when he came over to this particular team. So he has the gun.
2nd down and 1 for the Red Raiders at their 21. Randy Hall gets the call. The fullback is brought down right about the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and short. Josh Klein closing quickly from his defensive end position. Of course, every time Josh Klein plays against the Red Raiders, a little bit of special feel for him, because out of Shikellamy High School, he was recruited and went to Shippensburg, then transferred to Bloomsburg in his 2nd year with the Huskies. 3rd down and 1, Red Raiders at their 21.
The team just tried to smash it ahead for that 1st down, but the defense put up great resistance. They might just try it again.
Washington and Hall backs in an open set. Bloomsburg really bunched up along that line of scrimmage. Carver gives the ball to Hall, looks for the 1st down, gets it as he breaks off the right side. Josh Klein with the stop, but not before the gain by Randy Hall is out to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders.
Of course, the last time they're in that short yardage situation, the fullback Brubaker was able to sort of hit inside, bounce off a tackler, and find no one left, and he took it all the way for the touchdown. So Husky's a little bit more conservative watching in case it could break.
1st and 10. Red Raiders their own 27. Bass comes in motion from a wing position, gets the handoff, and is wrapped up by Alec Wiley, along with Jay Zaransky, as he picks up just 2 to the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 8.
Ball stays on the ground. The clock keeps moving. 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go. The Huskies enjoying a 35-19 lead. So Shippensburg not only needs to score, but they must score quickly and conserve time on the clock.
Kutztown Gold Bears in here to Redmond Stadium next week. That'll be a tough one. Last we heard from Dave Delbo on that one, they were winning over Millersville this afternoon as Shippensburg at their own 29-yard line with a 2nd down and 8 call coming. And Carver off play action, back to throw, hit as he gets it away, long downfield over the head of Buglia. Boy, Carver really paid for that one. He was clobbered. In fact, there's a flag down right where he was hit, and this is going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer against the Huskies.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt the Huskies defensively. We'll set up another 1st down, move the chains for the team. Tough to stand in there. People had the angles. They were coming very hard. They had him in their target as he drives the ball far downfield with the pass. The pass rushers continue on, bring him down after the ball has left his hand.
So it's a 1st down on the 15-yard penalty out to the 44-yard line. Red Raiders have it with 9:57 to go, and Bloomsburg leading at 35-19. Center Matt Stauffer out over the football at the 44. Carver sets him down. He's Washington, goes in motion, gets the handoff, tries the right side, and nothing doing. Bloomsburg swarms to the ball, led by Gary Fittery. Frank Babula also coming in from his linebacker position. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 for the Red Raiders. We have an injured player on the play. It's Kevin Washington, as the training staff of the Red Raiders will tend to him.
He's down with his leg at a bad angle, Jim. I think we're going to have a prolonged timeout. I think Washington's going to need some attention.
Lickney proves incorrect. Shippensburg with the football at their own 44-yard line. 9 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the football game. Bloomsburg leading by a score of 35-19. 2nd and 10 for the Red Raiders. Hartley in motion to the right side. Carver inside handoff to Rajan Boss. Breaks out of a tackle over midfield to the 45. Great cut to the 35, and Josh Klein wraps him up at the 30-yard line. Terrific effort by Bass. And how about the speed of defensive end Josh Klein to make the tackle some 30 yards downfield.
It was a great play. Huskies were committed to a blitz, so Alex Wiley is coming hard, but he runs past the play because it's a counteraction to the wingback. He thought it was going to go deeper. That's his area of responsibility to stop on the run, but he's already passed it because of the blitz, so he had a lot of open field.
26 yards altogether on the carry. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at the Bloomsburg 30. Pass in motion, play action. Carver back to throw. Fires a quick out to Klingerman. He's wrapped up quickly at the 27-yard line. Derek Lynch, who's made some fine hits in the open field, makes one there. Klingerman getting up a little bit slowly, but now shakes it off. So the quick hitter to the tight end will pick up about 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6 for Shippensburg at the Husky 26.
Takes a lot of guts to catch that ball and hold on. Derek Lynch had his ribs lined up and put on a very hard hit, but he realizes the yardage is important to his team, so he makes the play. He's tough.
Buglia wide to the left side. 2nd down for the Red Raiders at the Husky 26-yard line. Bass in motion from his wing position, but the give straight ahead to the fullback Randy Hall. Picks up a couple. Chris Luff makes the stop. Of course, the Red Raiders can't afford to let that clock move because time becomes a factor. factor from their standpoint. 7:58 and counting, and they trail 35-19, so they need a quick score.
And they're not hurrying themselves to the huddle to get the play in. Being a little too deliberate by the amount of time left in this game. Of course, as you mentioned, with the wing tee, it's not a catch-up offense. It's not one of those 2-minute drills. We're just going to pass the ball right down the field. Rocky Reese is going to continue to sprinkle in the run on occasion, keep the passing lanes open.
3rd down and 3. Shippensburg at the Bloomsburg 23. Huskies really bunched up along that line looking for a run. They get the run and very little yardage. Frank Babula closes in quickly on Randy Hall. The Huskies almost in a goal line defense there, as Hall will pick up a yard or two and bring up 4th down and 1. Shippensburg near the Bloomsburg 21, and now the Red Raiders come up to the line of scrimmage without a huddle. So 4th down call coming again. Bloomsburg really bunched up along that line. Hall gets the call and will not get there. Will not get there. Mike Kogup, the senior from Mount Carmel, with a big defensive play, and the Huskies will take over the football with 6:52 to go.
That is good. 41% of the time on 4th down situations, and Shippensburg goes for it. They make it. They only needed half a yard in that case. They're going to go without the huddle to try to mess up any type of defensive calls, try to get them off balance. But the Huskies rise to the occasion, right there making the stop.
Now what Bloomsburg would like is a long time-consuming drive. 6:52 to go in the football game. They lead at 35-19. Sigler the call off the left side, breaks into the middle at the 30, cuts it to the outside, and is dragged down near the 35-yard line. Mike Hayes makes the stop, and a good effort by Irv Sigler. Bloomsburg at their own 35. Slot to the left side. Lolleman, the tight end, on the right. McNamee on a long count. McNamee gives the ball straight ahead to John Johnson. The fullback tries to break out of the grasp of Mike Vanook. Cannot. That middle linebacker in Ananico doing a good job for the Red Raiders today. Johnson brought down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 Huskies at their 35.
Wanted to do a little quick trap on the inside, but Vanook read the play well. Came up from that middle linebacker spot and made the stop. Johnson only with his 2nd carry of the game, but no surprise there. The linebacker sees it and reads it well.
Under 6 minutes to go in the football game now. 2nd and 10 Bloomsburg at their 35. McNamee gives the ball to Irv Sigler. Sigler hit and drop, but not before he picks up 5 out to the 40-yard line. Zach Topper and Scott Sabat make the stop for the Red Raiders. So to bring up a 3rd down and 5 Huskies at the 40. They would love to convert here and let that clock run. So it's 5:29 and counting.
Yeah, that run gives Ziegler a 100-yard game by my count. I have it 103 yards.
5 minutes and 20 seconds left. And he's closing in on the school record of Mike Marucci as McNamee takes the snap and rolls right and fires downfield for Sean Smith, who makes the grab and is belted out of bounds at the Shippensburg 38-yard line. Jeff Brown, the free safety, made the play. But what a nice pass play it was. Smith with the presence to stay in bounds, make the grab, and Bloomsburg keeps the football.
Yeah, I think actually the defender made the play for him. He was contacting Smith in the air, and I think that allows him possession as an inbound catch. Very difficult to maintain that sideline position, but he is awarded that catch.
22 yards on the reception. 1st and 10 at the Shippensburg 38-yard line. Sigler, the tailback in the I formation, gets the call off the right side inside the 35, spins down to the 31-yard line, picks up 7 more. Jeff Brown, the free safety, makes the play for the Red Raiders.
110 yards, and we mentioned the quest is for 141 in the game. That'll tie Mike Marucci for the single season rushing record. That record at trying to look for 1,221 yards, I believe. Don't have it written here right now, but that's the quest. But of course, the quest too is to keep the clock running, keep Shippensburg from touching the ball again. The best way to do that is to keep giving it to the tailback.
2nd down and 3. Bloomsburg at the Red Raider 31-yard line. I formation, slot to the left. McNamee back to throw, fires a quick out, has Sean Smith. Smith looking for some running room at the 25, hit and stacked up and finally dragged down about the 22-yard line. Mike Hayes makes the stop. So the quick hitter to Sean Smith, they pick up 9 and a first down at the Red Raider 22.
It's his 6th catch of the game. Normally they go to him more sparingly, but he's been open. It's actually a possession pass. It was only thrown about 5 yards downfield. They felt very sure they'd catch it, then depending how much yardage he'd get after that. But it does keep the clock moving.
Under 4 minutes remaining. Bloomsburg with a 1st and 10 at the Red Raider 22-yard line. High formation. Smith wide to the right side. McNamee takes the snap, back to throw, firing long for Lelko, makes the over-the-shoulder catch for a touchdown! Ron Lelko one more time for the score, his 4th of the ball game, and ties the school record in the process.
School record in a game for touchdown passes, Stan Kacharski against Shippensburg in 67, also Bob Tucker against Millersville in 67. So Ron Lelko now with 4 touchdown catches in one game, the 10th reception of the game. Super job with McNamee and Lelko throughout.
Glenn McNamee to Ron Lelko, 22 yards on that effort. But now Tom Boop will attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Ron Lelko. Adam Wrights with the snaps a little bit low. Lelko gets his place down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field, 3:39 remaining. The score, Bloomsburg 42 and Shippensburg 19 over the Shippensburg University. Ron Lelko tying a school record with his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And now Tom Boop will kick off. His kick is very, very high, and Jamie Ware up the middle of the 6-yard line. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. Breaks the tackle, the 30, the 35, the 40, and out to midfield. Terrific return by the freshman from Steelton as John Zalos makes the tackle for the Huskies. So Shippensburg will take over at midfield. But Bloomsburg has put this one away. Good-looking drive, 7 plays, 77 yards, nice run and pass mix. Sean Smith caught a 22-yard pass, and then Lelko the 22-yard touchdown pass. Tom Boop with the extra point. And the Huskies with a 42-19 edge. Mike Carver, quarterback for the Red Raiders, sets him down for midfield play action. He's back to throw, and he's looking long for Boogly. It's picked off by Zamani Hammond. Over midfield to the 45, down the sideline as flags fly. It's Carver that eventually knocks him out of bounds at the 25-yard line of Shippensburg.
Flag thrown in a very odd area, about halfway down the length of the pass, about 25 yards downfield. Came late and no one in the area. I'm curious what they'll see. There may have been a bump or pass interference along the route or a clutch. Then the official decides to throw and mark. It is going to be against the Huskies, and it wasn't as part of the run back the way I saw it. If that's the case, it would negate the interception. See how they mark this off.
So Zamani Hammond's 3rd interception of the season will not count.
Yes, it will. Nope. Holding call. Pass interference is the defensive holding. That's the situation. Seems to have really marched that off a long way, though.
No, just 10 yards. The line of scrimmage was the 50,
yeah.
and now it's at the 40-yard line of the Huskies. 3:15 to go. Shippensburg with a 1st and 10. As Carver, play action again, back to throw, big pass rush. He'll be sacked. Back at the 46-yard line, Josh Klein coming in from his defensive end position. Chris Lucht was there as well. 5-yard loss back to the 45. It'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Red Raiders.
3rd sack of the game for the Huskies. I have Mike Carver with 8 carries for minus 37 yards. It's been tough. Usually the play action keeps the pass rush off of the quarterback, and he's been doing some nice misdirection. He's been doing some positive running as well. But the Huskies here realize this team needs to pass. That time they corner him.
2nd down and 15. Brenner wide to the left side. Carver again back to throw. Fires incomplete. Rajan Boss, the intended receiver, passed a little bit high. Chris Acuff now in their linebacker position for the Huskies on the coverage. So it'll be 3rd down and 15 Red Raiders at their 45-yard line.
Carver has a very strong arm, and that
action at this point of the ball game. Isn't that just a waste of time?
It's part of your system. Your quarterback's in a certain sync. He's used to doing that. His rhythm is based on that.
3rd down and 15. Now Carver straight drop back to throw. Josh Klein coming quickly. Carver gets away. He's running. He's looking for some blocking, and he's brought down in the open field to the 36-yard line. Chris Love. You see Carver pointing to his blockers to try to give him some room, and the hesitation costs as Love comes from behind and makes the play. They picked up 9, so it's 4th and 6 at the Bloomsburg 36.
And we'll see a play from scrimmage and most likely play action again. The other thing is you just don't have the 7-step drop package. You don't work that because it's not going to become part of your system. So you can't put it in just for this type of situation. You still got your same blocking schemes and actions.
4th down call coming. Bloomsburg showing blitz. They're coming hard. The Red Raiders beat it, and the pass to Clearman is incomplete. He was hit hard by Zamani Hammond, the strong safety, just as the pass got there. So the Huskies will take over the football with just 1:38 remaining in the game. And the second unit will come on as they'll take over at their 36-yard line with a 1st and 10.
Not the official numbers on some of the key stars of this game. Ron Lelko, 10 catches for 178 yards, the 4 touchdowns. Glenn McNamee, 19 of 28 passing. Great percentage there. 341 yards with the 4 touchdown passes. And Ziegler for 111 yards.
Mike Dominic is the quarterback for the Huskies. Sets him down at the 36-yard line. Gives the ball to Eddie Crothers. And Crothers is wrapped up after a gain of about a yard off the right side as Heath Hoyes, a sophomore from Danville High School, makes the play. 2nd down and 9 for the Huskies as the clock runs. Part of this big homecoming crowd starting to file out here at Redmond Stadium as the Huskies with their 7th win of the season in the bag. Next Saturday afternoon, the Golden Bears of Kutztown as Bloomsburg returns to PSAC Eastern Division play. Kutztown the opponent. 1 o'clock kickoff here at Redmond Stadium. 2nd and 9. Huskies at the 37. Slot to the left side, I formation. Dominic gives the ball to Crothers again behind the blocking of Rashid Braddock, and Eddie Crothers is over the 40. Out to the 41-yard line, Mike Banook and George Bennis combined on the stop after a 4-yard gain by Eddie Crothers, who has some good numbers this season as the 3rd tailback for Bloomsburg. He's a sophomore out of Carlisle High School.
Yeah, he has 193 yards prior to that 6 yards, so he's right there at about 200. Averages 5.7 yards a carry, 34 carries on the year. So some very nice numbers, especially when teams are keying to stop the run. He's in situations where the team will no longer pass.
On what may be the last play of this football game, Mike Dominic sets his team down at the 41-yard line. 3rd down call. Crothers gets the call, tries the left side, gets the 1st down and then some as Eddie Crothers gets out to the 49-yard line of the Red Raiders. Sophomore picks it up. Officials stop the clock with 5 seconds to go, but just to move the sticks. And Bloomsburg will begin to celebrate their 7th victory of the season. Slow start for the Huskies today, but then they got it in gear, came on strong, and that's it. The end of the ball game with the final score, Bloomsburg 42 and Shippensburg 19. We'll be back with the scoring and statistics right after this.